Robin Biro is a former regional director for Barack Obama's 2008 presidential campaign, and he joins us today. Robin, thanks for coming on.
Hey, thank you so much for having me, Tucker. It's good to be back.
I think it's important to have an open mind. I've never been a friend to Russia or anything like that, but this has gone on over a year, and it's prevented government from doing the things that government ought to do, this investigation. And so I think it's fair as a citizen to say, what do you got? Like, what's this about? You're accusing people of treason, betraying their country. And the only thing that I've come up with, in looking at it pretty carefully, is this dossier, which is, prima facie flawed. Is there anything else at the bottom of this?
Well, yes, you know as well as I do that to obtain a FISA warrant, you have to have at least 10 forms of evidence, of corroborating evidence. That was just one of them. And, Comey was correct to call parts of it salacious. We don't know whether that investigation is still ongoing. We haven't been privy to that. And there's 5 other investigations.
Right. Tons of investigations. I mean, that's all we do in Washington is stage investigations. Right. And look, at a certain point, you think, that's fine, I get it, the allegations out there, get to the bottom of it. But this is the basis of a partisan war right now, and at some point the rest of us have a right to, like, what exactly are you talking about? So you've got the dossier. What else is there? Can you point to a single other fact that suggests actual collusion between the Trump campaign and the government of Vladimir Putin?
Now, you're a smart man. You know as well as I do that FBI investigations do not work like that. We are not privy to ongoing information from those investigations.
No, but there are congressional investigations.
We know that people have been charged. We know that there have been charges.
But none of the charges have anything to do with collusion with the Russian government. I mean, you had 2 people charged for things they did long before the campaign and 2 others charged for lying to the FBI. I mean, and let's be real, we both know what that means. It's not a real thing. So let's, honestly, like, the whole leadership of your party is accusing people of betraying their country. Do we have any evidence that's real? Like, any?
I want to go back to the very first thing that you said, struck a chord with me, because as a veteran, I had the same oath to uphold the Constitution that our federal agents do. So they're just doing their jobs to uphold our way of democracy.
But I'm not attacking our federal investigation. I'm not attacking them. I'm talking about our leaders in Congress, our elected leaders, who have gone way out on a limb, accusing people they disagree with politically of working for a foreign and hostile nation. And I think now, after a year, more than a year, it's fair of me to ask, what are you talking about? Do you have any evidence that that's true? And as I said, the only piece I can see is the dossier, which I doubt you will defend because it's impossible to defend. So is there something else that is forming the basis of these allegations?
Is salacious. Yes, like I said, there were at least 9 other forms of corroborating evidence. We are not privy to that information because it's an open FBI investigation.
So do you believe
the public is not?
What percentage of FISA warrant requests are granted by FISA judges? Do you know?
It's something like 98.2%.
Right.
And I agree, that's a lot. And I'm just being honest.
So what? It's a lot. Well, it's obviously fake. I mean, if it's it's like an Albanian election under Enver Hoxha, like you get all the votes. So I think it's fair for me to ask, like, what was the evidence? You've stopped our government from working. Why are you doing that? What do you know that we should know about Trump's collusion with Russia? And the answer is there's nothing. It's this dossier. This is all a bad joke. Then what else is there?
That's one of, I don't want to be so redundant, but it's one of at least 9 other forms of corroborating evidence.
Can you name any of the 9? Can you name any of them?
No, because it's an open FBI investigation.
Okay, so you have faith that they exist.
I don't work at the FBI.
No, I understand.
They have to. In order to get a FISA warrant, they have to exist.
Even though over 90% of warrants are granted, which suggests the process isn't real and you don't need real evidence to get one? Okay, so but we should all just
analyst that I've heard says that these FISA warrants are between 60 to 90 pages, so it can't just be this salacious dossier.
So they're long, therefore they must be true? Is that what you're saying? I mean, you're just asking me to have a lot of faith in a system that clearly needs some scrutiny and oversight, and I wonder why I can't have some facts.
Because it's an open investigation. I can't make that any more clear. But
okay.
I want to point out the GOP is the party of law and order. I feel that this is an attack on the preeminent law enforcement agency in the country.
Right. No, you feel that that's a talking point the Democrats sent out this morning, but it's not going to work on this show because
I didn't even know
I
that.
actually do believe in law and order, and in order to believe in it, I need to know that the people administering it are on the level, and therefore I have a right to ask honest questions. And I'm not getting any honest answers.
Of course.
Okay.
Because it's an open investigation. I mean,
Right.
what do you want?
My last question then, since you don't know what this investigation is based on, only the FBI does, and no one making these allegations knows either, can we agree that nobody should accuse anybody else of being a tool of a foreign government until we get that data, those facts?
You'd better believe it. I agree with you wholeheartedly there.
Amen.
I do not like that this has been made a partisan issue. I just want them to do their job. If President Trump is so innocent, let this be run and let this go unimpeded and have himself be exonerated.
He is innocent because we're all innocent until proven guilty. Wouldn't you guys forget this stuff?
Amen.
Robin, thank you.